I love doing the Native American teachings and having my focus and my talk being on that, especially when Dan Running Bear can be here to play for us and sing for us. And in the music that he plays, I always feel the earth beneath my feet. It can't help but do so. So Dan is going to come up. He's my Lakota. He has a Lakota background, and he's my teacher in this way. And he's going to sing for us along with Deborah Delahunty. So you guys come and enjoy. You guys welcome.
What's it? No? We'll brought a chair up for nothing? No. Know that? I know. It's good. Good day. So bear with me for 1 second. Good morning, everybody. Nice to see you. Nice to see the new faces. Nice to see the faces that you've seen. I have to say, it's a beautiful day. So I have a few little protocols that kind of go with what I do. The song I'm going to sing today is a spirit calling song. We're going to call in the spirits to kind of help us, just simple human beings, you know, as humble human beings. We do things in the most sacred, humble way that we know how. And when I was invited to come here this week, I didn't know that a brother of mine, a brother of Shadowland, some of you may know him, passed the night before last. He was a Yaqui brother. He's the one that introduced Deborah to Shadowland. By the way, Deborah is my adopted sister in this Lakota way of life. I adopted her some years ago. So we're sad, you know. It's a little bit of a sad day for us, but we're also happy because, you know, that brother's been fighting his cancer for many years, and he fought a hard battle. And I learned so much from him, you know. We're happy that he came into our life, that he became a part of our journey. And he taught me, you know, since the day I met him, he told me, he said, brother, you know, when it's time, I'm ready. I mean, I'll enjoy life as it's here, but when it's time to go, I'm ready. You know, I embraced it. And I watched him for about 6 years say that and embrace it. And it's something we talk about, you know. For the ones that go home, we say go home. For the ones that go to the next part of their journey, you know, they suffer no more. You know, we believe that they meet up with the ones that have left before them. You know, the ones that their mothers, their grandmothers, their friends, and so kind of a big party up there. We don't call out the name once they're on that journey. We believe it takes a year to get from here to there. And how we do it is we internalize it for that year. And we think good thoughts about that person, and we reflect, and we suffer our loss, and we do all those things that humans have to do. So it's not him, you know, that I worry about. It's the ones that are left behind. His children, his grandchildren, the ones that love him, you know, Deborah. And this man had so many circles. So many circles. I think he was Catholic by tradition, but really attracted to the native way. His blood couldn't help it, you know. And so we honor him in all those ways, you know. And there's so many little sub-circles that this man created to be one circle, kind of one circle. And it'll be interesting to see how it comes together now. Once he's not here anymore, if the circles can come together, or however it works. But we honor him in our own way. So I want to dedicate this song to him, this day to him. I was saying that we don't call out the names of the ones that go home. We internalize it. And for that year, if we do say his name, we'll say, I don't mean any disrespect, because what we believe is that when we call out that person's name, it kind of impedes them from their trip. It brings them home. It doesn't allow them to just have that unimpeded journey. But I'll say his name without meaning any disrespect. He's Pete Lovio. Some of you may know him, some of you may not. He was one of the original mothers for Zappa, for Frank Zappa. You know, I fell into that group by doing the memorial service for Jimmy Carl Black, who was the Indian of the group, right? And Tom Levy, and so it's just kind of worked like that, Jim Motorhead. So today we'll honor him. Deborah's going to play a song, I'm going to sing a song, and all I ask is, would you keep him in your thoughts, his family, his friends, and his thoughts? And I know, you know, we all, to be human means to suffer. And when we give our heart to somebody, it means we're willing to suffer for them. It means we're willing to cry for them. So I'm sure there's other people here that are suffering some kind of loss or another. You know, just try to keep it in perspective. Just remember, it's not the ones that go home, it's the ones that are left behind. With that brother, you know, I want to honor what he talked about the whole time I knew him. I want to honor that he was ready to go home. I'm not sad for him. I'm so happy that he suffers no more. And who I'm sad for are the ones that are going to have a hard time dealing with it. You know, when somebody you love goes home, they don't want it to take life from you. Or when somebody that loves you goes home, they don't want it to take life from you. You know, we understand that there's going to be suffering. But who would want it to take actual life from you, to take years off of your life? So understand, you know, suffer in a healthy way. There's healthy ways. There's good in everything. You know, we're just in kind of in the balance. We try to stay between up here and down here. You know, same above as below. So there's good and bad and good. And there's a lot of good in the fact that this brother has been able to go home. My experience is when the ones we love go home, they're with us every moment and every day after that. That we actually have more time with them. And in this way of life, it's the ones we call on to help us. What better thing can they do for us but to be here for us in spirit and to help us? And in this Western society, you know, death is kind of taboo. And we forget the beauty of it. It's the same as the beauty of being born. You can have the same beauty as when you go home. You know, you go from that spirit world into a material world back into the spirit world. My thought, my feeling. And we don't remember that, but it had to be beautiful because we come out so beautiful. You know, we come out so innocent and beautiful and as babies. You know? So there can't be anything wrong on either side of that. So while I set up a little bit, I think Deborah might have something she would like to say.
My brother, who Dan speaks of, I met him back in 2009. He was the one who introduced me to the flute. He's the one who gave me my voice, or helped me find my voice. He saw something in me. He grabbed me by the hand and introduced me to the flute maker and said, "This is your next spiritual journey." He saw something inside of me that I didn't see. And it was shortly after that encounter, Paul and Colette were doing a workshop out in Westlake Village. And I was on my way to an open mic to just continue to practice in front of people. And I stopped by because I wanted to see the wonderful pack. And at the time it was three. It was Shadow, Allie, and Dakota. I got there and one of the staff ministers caught up with me because I haven't seen her in a while, and I told her what I was doing and she asked me to play during meditation. And so I did. After the experience, Paul and another person were out front with the 3 wolves, and they were just talking away and stuff, and I asked Paul if I could play for the wolves. He said, yeah, sure, and he kept on talking. You know, whatever. And so I started playing, and the response that he noticed from Shadow and Dakota and Allie was a positive one, and it was at that moment that we became friends. But it was through my brother who introduced me to the music. And at the same night that I was introduced to the flute, I was also introduced to Dan and to this way of life. This brother has touched so many different lives and brought so many people together. And ironically, it was from that brother who introduced me to Paul and Colette, but it was myself who introduced him to Paul and Colette. And this was home for him. He loved this place, and he loved Paul and Colette. He never had a bad thing to say about anyone. Right now I am sad, yes. I'm sad for myself because I know I cannot pick up that phone and call him, or I cannot go over and see him. But I'm very happy, and I rejoice that he is no longer in pain and suffering. It's a hard time, but it's how I'm dealing with it. But I'm honored to be able, he lives through me, through my voice. And he walks beside me. You will be missed. But yet I know you are here. Look up, you guys.
Wazia tapia, Yohampa tapia, Itoka tapia, Ate tunkashi, Ions, Aho wakatu, we chosen it tunkashi. So today I hold a single feather. This feather today represents that we're all one. We're all connected. We're all in it together. You know, what hurts you hurts me. You know, when we suffer a loss, we all suffer the loss. What makes you feel good makes me feel good. So if you understand that we're all connected, all living things to the 4 directions, and you understand that if you're happy, I'm happy, in a spiritual kind of way, that if you can wake up and put good out into the universe, then it touches me. If I can do that, then it touches you. If you pray for all living things, you're praying for me. If I pray for all living things, then I pray for you. So, very basic, but very important to human life, human survival. Doesn't have to be this red road way of life, you know. God is God, spirit is spirit, however you want to say it, however you want to feel it. A tree can be a God to you if you put your faith into it. So the song I'm going to sing, it's a spirit calling song. So all I ask, and it talks about how we're all one, all connected, how it's all connected. And it's asking that entity, that invisible entity, to come help us, because we're just simple human beings, doing things in the most, humble way that we know how. And so just put good thoughts. It's all about good thoughts. What you put out is what you get back. What you give is what you get. Very simple, very basic. So in this kinetic kind of energy that we've created right now, we're at the center of the universe. This is our center. And we have the ability from the center out to put nothing but good energy.
Nothing but good thoughts. And you'd be surprised the people that catch that prayer. So in this Lakota way, we pray through our voice, through our song. So this is actually a prayer song. It's not to entertain, although I hope there's some entertainment. But it's really just for all of us to kind of be on the same page. Oh, matakoyas.
I'll sing one more song in a bit, but Deborah's going to play her flute. You want me to do the drum?